the eventual form of NS points, like on NS, is actually the top code, and then everything is actually underneath it. And that's actually what we call slow code. If you hold NS, now think about how, for example, with Bitcoin. Holding BTC, well, every Bitcoin bond and crypto exchange and things like it all just kind of folds into that in this giant BTC economy. And things are adapted to fit into that right investment. So that's like eventually what happens to NS points to the company. The reason we have Hilton and we down and so on is that's sort of what gives initial value, and then it becomes just a few months. Yeah, you do estimate.
I don't know the numbers on this, but it feels like most people here are remote workers rather than startup founders or startup employees. Do you have any initiatives besides Balaji to try to get more startup founders, but high quality, valuable startup founders at the stage?
So, say that you're basically asking about like remote workers versus founders and profits. So, actually, the kinds of founders that we recruit would be pop-up founders. Because I had posted this, but pop-up says in the startups, right? Can you bring that on screen? Actually, go to Balaji pop-ups. So, basically, printing out the cloud, right? So if we scroll down a little bit further, yeah. So just for a second. So this is that. We're zooming on the first one. That's like the cursor pop-up, right? This is the Claude pop-up. This is AngelList Founders Cafe. This is Basecamp. This is Zcash Network State, which is just outside. And this is Ethereum, right? And then if we go a little bit further, here are permanents. Tesla Diner, Everstool, Starbase, and Solana and Opsa, right? 6 out of 10 of these projects, not Tesla and Starbase, and not Claude, but 6 out of 10 actually came out of Network State, Network School, Network State Conference, or all friends of ours, and some of them are actually at the conference that they moved on to get anything network around Network State. So this is the sort of new class of thing, right? Like nothing wrong with AI, nothing wrong with drones, it's all cool, right? This is a new class of thing. Basically the instantial printing out of a social network in the physical way. And so that's the kind of founder we recruit, because you cannot do that really properly. I think you can try, but I think it's going to be such hostile terrain that it's going to be very difficult to make things happen. Okay. Now, with that said, I actually do think that we have kind of an epidemic of founderitis in San Francisco and California and technically the world. Right? The reason is there's fewer unicorn founders than there are pro athletes. Okay, by a lot. Okay, it's not like a small ratio to lot. By some measures, there's like on the order of 100,000 pro athletes, especially in good soccer, right? Or football, right? And there's like a few thousand unicorns, so maybe like 4,000-ish, right? So it's like at least 10x, maybe on the order between 10 to 100x less cost to be a unicorn founder than to be a pro athlete, right? And so we know to tell a kid, okay, it's not a realistic ambition. Like, unless you're the technical equivalent of being able to dunk from the free throw, right? And so athletic that you can like jump out of the gym or bench like 300 or something like that, right? If the equivalent in tech, okay, maybe you can be a unicorn founder, but it's really hard. And so we have to set, I think, more realistic goals for